On the last day of school for seniors, May 4th, 2018, Laura posted a link to a Google Doc on her Facebook wall. The document was titled, "So I Guess It's Over," and featured a 2.5-page stream of consciousness essay about what she learned throughout high school. She references many people whose advice helped her grow to the person she is today. Ralph Waldo Emerson, her father, Buddha, Stephen Hawking, and her hiking, biking, awesome genius friend and member of Dartmouth class of 2022, Malcolm Hatchett. She discusses her experience with social anxiety and popularity and Chappaqua culture and her feelings about leaving to go on to college. She ends the piece with, "I borrowed this time to grow up, and now I must put this book back on its shelf, back where it belongs, the first book, and now it's time for the second."
Okay, so I had gotten home that night and I was just feeling like I really needed to release writing in like a cathartic. I wanted to write because it's cathartic. So I just thought in the shower of all like the things that like I would have wanted to say to people younger than me, or like I wish I had known at the beginning. And I had said something sort of similar at the winter pep rally, but everyone was talking and no one really heard me. I really just wanted to tell people what made my high school experience so successful and how I was so happy, and I saw all these people who you would define as like, oh, I want to be like her because she looks like she's happy, but I'd look at them and I'd realize that they weren't happy people who have like restricted themselves to conformity and tried to be one person and like, I don't know, be beautiful and not really care about others or like what's important in life. And maybe we have different values, but I find that I value the right things and I choose the right friends. And I feel like if I was able to share how I got to this place, because I'm so happy right now, and I could give other people a road to happiness, then I want to try and write about it. And I got an insanely positive response. People really connected to it. I feel like everyone wasn't emotional. No one was emotional when it was happening, but like they knew it was an emotional time. And when I shot out that essay, like I put their thoughts into words, sort of, and people connected to that because some people are really good at thinking things, but not as good as saying them. And I'm not good at writing either, but somehow I just hit it on the nail. Kids decorate each other's rooms and make cakes and Facebook posts to congratulate their friends on fulfilling the sole purpose of Chappaqua getting out. That is a very controversial quote. I was told to take that out by 2 people who read the essay. I've been raised my whole life to think about the future. And my parents tell me that they stressed that they never pressured me academically to go to an Ivy League school. My parents went to Cornell Brown and then for graduate school, Cornell and Wharton. So I've always really had that kind of pressure going on in my life. And throughout middle school, people would ask like me, where do you want to go to college? I don't want to generalize, but most other places in the world, not everyone goes to college. And it's honestly so close-minded to ask someone like, oh, like your son's a senior, where is he going to college? Because first of all, not everyone can afford college. It's not in the cards for everyone. Some people literally like know what they want to do when they're young and it doesn't require college. And I don't know, Chappaqua has always been about getting out and going to college. Are you going to Michigan or are you going to Cornell? I'm sorry, but people lose themselves in school and grades and they forget what growing up is all about, which is finding yourself and not finding out where you want to go to college. And I mean, there's this whole rah-rah thing about when kids get into college from Chappaqua and like parents pay like thousands of dollars on like cakes and like merchandise and balloons, like so that their kid can feel really great about where they're going. And while I agree, like you should be excited about your future isn't your future isn't just your college. It's much more beyond that. And what's important is not the small 4 years sliver of your life. It's the person that you're going to grow up to be. And while you may find it in college, you should be more focused on who you are growing up than where you're going to college. And in Chappaqua, I don't think that's the case. We don't teach kids how to be nice, and we don't teach kids on how to communicate. And we especially don't learn how to communicate effectively because we use our phones and AIM. And like we were the generation that grew up on social media, and how that affected our communication is clear in every single person I talk to. and how I talk with myself. Oh, Hook'em Horns, I'm going to the University of Texas at Austin. I'm actually very excited to go there. Yeah.